MGM's epic, The Trail of '98, was a story of the Klondike Gold Rush. Shot on location, no expense spared.
Trail of '98, made by MGM, was probably one of the most disastrous pictures of that era, because we lost 4 men in one scene, in which we only recovered 2 of the bodies.
Stunts were usually planned inch by inch, but natural hazards, such as dangerous rapids, had to be left mainly to chance. They were far beyond the calculated risk.
There was 8 stunt men that went up. The 8 of us were in 2 boats. And we were to go in the center of the river, and there was more water pouring through that gorge than pours through the Mississippi River at the highest tide.
So up we go. The cameras are all about 7 cameras stretched out down along the river. 2 of them on the tracks following down in those little Ford cars. And so the rocket went up and all these boats shoved off. Well, I want to tell you, my boat, when I looked out there and I came down that first thing and went down into that first swell, there was a wall of water in front of me that was breaking back this way, higher than this room, which is a good 8, 9 feet higher, or maybe 10 feet, falling back. Well, of course, I shipped water immediately.
We were in the center of the stream, and the waves were like breakers in the surf. And we were going 35 miles an hour because the camera were on a Ford car with flange wheels, and they ran down a railroad track right down the gorge. And they had to go 35 miles an hour to keep even with us.
And I had folk sweep oars in there. I had 3 or 4 of them in there. I was on the sweep oar in the back. And to try to hold that boat straight, it got about 1.5 feet to 1 foot of water in it. And I lost control, and those sweep oars would just break. I was just bending them, trying to keep that thing straight. Well, of course, all boats were going over, and men was going out, down, and everything. It was just a catastrophe.
Safety ropes had been run across the river, fitted with loops. The second unit director was supposed to arrange for the loops to be reinforced with wire, which would hold them open.
But he didn't. There was no loop in the end. When it done, it just wound up, and it's like a hard twist rope with frozen stick. So the 2 men that grabbed the rope, when they slid on the rope, they slid down to the end of the rope to get the loop because their hands are cold, and they come down and there's nothing but a frozen, twisted rope, and they couldn't hold on from the ice water on their hands, and they had to turn loose. So they tried to start swimming to shore, and one man, he made it. But he made it part way. And the other man, we saw him going right on down the stream, and there's a big boulder size of a small bungalow that the water would hit and spew up over, and he went into that, and it hit and knocked him, and we knew he was dead. And he went on down into the glacier lake.
I finally got the boat landed ashore. Not landed, but got out of it and let it go. Then we started searching for help anybody that was stuck. And we found men here and found men there. Well, we searched for 10 days. We finally found 2 of the bodies.
But we never did find Red Thompson's body, because what happens in that ice water, when the body sinks, the gas doesn't form and they never rise. So we never did find Red's body. So that was the heartbreaking part of it, because I had gotten him the job. I had recommended him because he was a good type for a certain man. And I thought, well, now, if I hadn't gotten him the job, he'd have still been here. But that's part of the hazard of the game.